the only fan-owned franchise here in the NFL. And tens of thousands of those fans have their cheeseheads on and have filled the stands of historic Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Time for teams to start making moves towards the postseason. Here we go in Week 11. Things going well so far. And this gets out to the 30 before he stops. So the Packers offense getting set for their first drive. And they'll be let out by their third-year signal caller.
Last week, Kate, you won't call his effort wasted, never. But you wish a game like that would have come in a win instead of showing up in a contest they ended up dropping. 2 touchdowns, no picks. That's the type of game that wins are typically built off of.
Come on.
First carry of the game here for the rookie from Stanford. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. He had him, Brock. Throw was on target. Got to help your guy out early in the game, right?
Yeah, it's not on the quarterback. I think we can all see that was a catchable ball. But I've got a feeling he'll volunteer to take some of the blame anyway. That's just the way he's wired.
That's caught for the first. And you do get him down, but the damage is done. He gets down inside the 35-yard line. This play goes for 36. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
He has it to the 23-yard line as he's brought down. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
Let's go now.
First down, and they go right back to it. And it goes the distance. Touchdown, Green Bay! The Packers take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Kicking team out to try the extra points. The point after splits the uprights. And the Packers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. Starting at the 10. And he gave it his best to get to the 25. Just a step or two short of it. He's out along the 24-yard line. So here come the Bears as they get set for their debut series. And they're brought out by a player with immense expectations and promise in the league. He was picked first overall in 2024 out of USC, Caleb Williams.
And he wonders, he's about to take his first snap today. Yeah, he took care of the football last week, Kate. That was great. No interceptions. But just the one touchdown. Be curious if he cranks up that aggressive knob today.
And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Williams from the gun. Looking to his running back, incomplete. That play's going to bring up 3rd down. Not must-have yet, Brock, but it does feel pretty important that they come up with an answer for that touchdown, but not going to be easy.
Nope, and incompletions like that certainly won't help.
Third down, here's Williams. That one's nabbed by Komet. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's a money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And he'll get it up to the 44.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Williams with a quick pass out wide. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
Williams going to run with it. Nearly broke even, but the defenders followed that zone read well, and it's going to cost him about a yard. That one felt kind of counter. There, Brock. They load up the line with that extra blocking, and then the run goes out to the edge anyway.
That's right. You put two tight ends on the field, yeah, you can live with a stalemate. It's hard to move people in the NFL, but you do not want to go backwards.
Working from the gun, Williams. Completed over the middle. And they'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes, just like that.
And they get stuffed. He is knocked backwards on the play. That makes it fourth down. Chicago brings out the punting unit. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away. The Packers and their running back about to get back to work. And that touchdown on their opening drive, more of what we've come to expect from him this season. You can see he's one of the league's best at finding the end zone thus far. Green Bay offense to the line now. 1st and 10.
Ready, let go! Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
An early jump of the flags come in. I think this is going to go against the defense.
Defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still first down.
So they'll only need 5 now after that neutral zone infraction penalty.
Come on. Let go.
There's a dive up the middle. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Get it. 19 Tiger. Ready.
The give here on second. He's close, but he is stout before he can get to that first down. Picks up 4.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
70, go.
Oh, love this. Give it to the big guy on 3rd and short. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. All right, so they like the results on the field, and they're going to decline this penalty. Back now, pressure coming. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down after a short gain.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
Let's go now. Ready?
He'll look to throw. Finds him over the middle. This one nearly moves the chains, but he stopped just shy of that marker. 6-yard pickup brings up third down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, give your quarterback a chance.
And he'll get them enough for a first down.
That's a BYO thing. You got to be your own blocker. It would have taken the entire defense pile it on to stop him from getting that first down. Well done.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
Go! 68!
Back to throw now. Setting up the running back screen. And he's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll give the Packers the first. New set of downs for him. It starts at the 38. Throwing from the gun. Couldn't find a completion on first down. So after the play, trainers headed out. A member of the Bears out there in some discomfort. After the incompletion, still at the 38, it's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, start! Cowboy!
Pass play coming here. Short pass brought in. And he's right near that first down marker as the stop is made at the 48.
Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on the drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just...
Oh, he loses the football. And the Bears have it. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. What an incredible drive they had authored, Brock. But all that progress, pardon the pun here, just fumbled away.
Matt could say it better myself.
And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. These two NFC North teams have played one so far. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to historic Lambeau Field after this. We're back and all set for the second quarter. Bears football. They have 2nd down behind the sticks. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Hits his target, that's DJ Moore. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. 3rd and long, they're going to throw. Gets it to him on the screen. And he works this to the 38 before going down. That's a pickup of 9. And that'll be first down, Chicago. New set of downs for him. It starts at the 38. On first down, they'll run. This is ahead for about 5. Andrew Cooper there to make the stop. One picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. Right up the gut. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So it's going to be 4th and short. Offense staying out there. Looks like they're going for it. They got to jump up front as long as none of their guys went early, and this is going to give them the first down. Well, whether they intended to run the play or not, it doesn't matter. They drew the flag, and they've got themselves a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, so many times you get to these 4th and shorts, and you know that defense is antsy. You're reminding yourself as a quarterback in that huddle, hold your water, guys. Hold your water, because this defense could get jumping, and they just did.
To the line and set. Here we go, first down. Looking inside the red zone. escapes the pocket. He'll slide down after picking up a couple. Second down upcoming.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield. Get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. It's a roll the dudes, a touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on football fields. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Return coming from the 6. All right, and in the end, Brock, this is going to make it out to the 30. The Packers returning their offense and this running back to the field. And I'd say the ROI on his early touches have made him a pretty good investment for first half work. He's gotten off to a great start here. Packers getting set here. 1st and 10.
Go.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
That's the kind of yardage. It's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Second down pass play coming. Hits him on the in route. And they are going to have to face a 3rd down here, but only need a yard at most as this play picks up 7.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you can take a lick at any time.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
Going for it on their own side, Brock. Okay, bold call, but they only need a yard. Must not have liked what they saw on 4th and 1 there. They're going to take a timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Going for it on their own side, Brock. Okay, bold call, but they only need a yard.
19. Ready.
They're going for this. And he had it for a second, but unable to hang on. And the possession literally slipped through their fingers as they turn it over on downs. From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And that's good for a gain of 5. Deshaun Elliott with that tackle. First down run, now's in 5, now 2nd and 5.
What is on?
Williams off the play fake. Good play on the football defensively. He knocks it away, and that's going to bring up 3rd down.
Such a big part of that breakup, Kate, or any breakup as a corner, is your positioning relative to the target. And really, the timing of it all. You can be in the right spot, but if you don't time it, that ball is still caught at this lead. That corner played the game really perfectly.
They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. It's a good work to help reset those chains.
Defense following the ball perfectly on that zone read and close in on him for a loss. They break the huddle. It's 2nd down now. Here's Williams. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears take a 2nd quarter lead. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would. It's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
That one right down the middle. And the Bears break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Trujillo to kick it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he goes out of bounds short of the 45, but still in excellent shape across the 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll throw to start the drive. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. This one misses the tight end. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brisker there defensively.
Come on. Set. Cougar knife.
Rolling from the gun here. Finds his man. It's Crab. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
We give a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Kate, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact, and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. And that's away for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. The Packers send out their punting unit. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away. Chicago getting set to take the field now. And all that's needed here, Brock, is some repeat execution from that last series. Of course, I expect the defense has made some adjustments after giving up that touchdown.
And that is the beauty of this game we love so much, those back-and-forth adjustments on the sidelines. And can this offense do what it did a drive ago? And that is stay one play ahead of their defensive foes.
Finds the in route complete. And he's going to be stopped after reaching up to the 33. Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Williams to throw on 1st. Finding Burden. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Packers side of the field. So it looks like it'll be 2nd and maybe a yard as we come back, Brock, from our 2-minute warning. More from Lambeau after this. Just a yard left to go on 2nd down. Here's a design run. Well, we'll pause here, and for good reason. One of the Packers injured on that play and is being tended to. 1st down from the 42. Williams set to pass. He set up the screen. Here's a Doontang. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
How's your block shedding out there, boys? Because they need to get through some blocks to hang that screen up quickly. And they were Johnny on the spot.
That's more on the quick slant. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. We send the tight end in motion left. Going play action. Williams. Connects with the open man downfield. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
The Bears decide to call their first time out.
Leads to
They'll have 2
second
left to
and
work with
goal
before
at
halftime.
the 5-yard line.
Pretty easy for me to play armchair quarterback up here and say I just don't like that call on 1st and 5, especially when you get nothing from it. Man, that one stinks.
Setting up, 2nd and goal. To throw is Williams. We've got a screen to the running back. He's hit and driven backwards. This is going to force him into 3rd and goal.
Okay, that's one of those situations as a quarterback, but on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
3rd and goal, it's Williams. Catch is made in close. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears grow their lead just before halftime. Trujillo tacks on the extra point. And the Bears double their lead to 14. Here's Trujillo to kick it away. Starting from the 5. Things going well so far. And he goes out of bounds to hand them excellent field position up across the 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Completed over the middle. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Timeout taken by the Packers, their 3rd and final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. So fresh set of downs now from the 39. To the air now on 1st and 10. This is complete. It's Matthew Golden. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 34-yard line.
Takes the 2nd down snap. Going all the way to the end zone here. And that's incomplete. There's 7 seconds left. Time for 1, maybe 2 more snaps.
Christian Watson.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
3rd and 5.
Pass play now. Firing one deep for the end zone. Oh, he's got it. It's in close. He will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with... First and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone. So entering the locker rooms, got ourselves a two-score game. It's time to hear from Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports.
Our look around the NFL starts now.
Gonna have to make those halftime adjustments on the fly. We're skipping right through to the starts of the third quarter. The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. Has this at the 6. Only manages to get this. Back to the 20 before he's taken down.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10. Working from the gun, Williams. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Sending him on the dime. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
Third motioning left. 3rd down. Here's Williams. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. Andrew Cooper takes it away. And the Packers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Williams pass intercepted. They'll take over first down.
Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's 1st and goal.
Ready,
They'll try and punch it in. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
Got it. Ready?
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1.
Ready, go!
Go to him again. He is in this time. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers start the second half with some needed points. Now they'll try to knock the extra point through. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Packers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. Just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Return coming from the 6. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Bears offense now heads back out to the field. They've certainly had no issue scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. They'll run here on 1st down. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Back-to-back carries here. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
To the air on 3rd and long. This is brought in. Big gain here for Loveland. And they're able to drive him out as he reaches the 45. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. Out of the gun, he'll give it to him inside. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. Casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Out of the pistol, Williams. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
It's nabbed by Komet. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. You keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Dive play straight ahead. Oh, man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game as this one's quickly mocked up, too. First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
At the Packers' 34-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Williams. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Give now to the running back. And this is going to get them all the way to the red zone. He's taken down at the 13-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down. Working inside the red zone. Jump off caught by his back. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears take a 13-point lead. Now in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Here's Trujillo to kick it away. Has this at the 6. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
At their own 29-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Let's go now.
Back now, pressure coming. Short pass brought in. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
We saw his guys pick up the blitz. We felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Looking to throw here. Hits him on the out route. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Rolling back, gets the handoff. He has this down to the 34. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Ready, break. 2.
He's going to throw this one. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 60 vices.
Back to throw. Finds his man. It's crashed. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
It's a
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Come on, set. Hawks, go.
He's dropping back to throw. The pass is taken in by Golden. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the first down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open the short field. It's easy to zip that.
That's a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Return coming from the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Bears and Caleb Williams running out for their next drive. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. Gets him on the end route. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield.
It's a gain of 22 yards.
So we hit the end of the third quarter. It's Bears football to begin the fourth as they try to hang on to the lead in a close game. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Williams set to pass. He's got more once again. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line. Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And they are set up excellently. This is down to the 18. They get 27 on the play. And it'll be first down Bears.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Williams going to run with it. Only able to get back to the line on that first down play, so no gain.
Nice little welcoming party waiting for him at the line of scrimmage. No surprises that time. This defense was ready.
At the 18-yard line.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Williams with a quick pass out wide. And this is down all the way to the 3. All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal.
Bears, first down. 1st and goal, Chicago.
Option give here. So much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Ball start. Offense.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. 2nd and goal now, 5 yards more difficult following that penalty. Williams from the gun. And he'll score. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the fourth. Caleb Williams, the touchdown. Trujillo ends on the point after. And the Bears double their lead to 14. There's Trujillo to kick it away. His return starts at the 5. This makes it up to the 25. Out now runs the Packer offense. And they just saw that lead stretch out to a 2-score margin now. Really makes this a must-score series late.
And Kate, you know I believe this. You can never play this game in a state of desperation, but a state of urgency got to be a sky high right now.
Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they face 2nd down. finally catch up to him. Just a second before he could reach that 40. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38.
Ready?
First and 10, looking to throw. Middle of the field, got his man, it's Pitts. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Second and 3 now.
Yard pickup brings up second and 3 at the 45-yard line.
Sticking to the air here. Completes this one to Kraft. And they've got to him just a step or two before he can reach the 40 as he set out. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And it'll give the Packers the first.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
So first down from the 41.
Here we go.
They are throwing it again. Finds the in route complete. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. But as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
Hawk 70.
Well, looks like the defense jumps just before the snap there.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So keep that second and short play in your back pocket. So the penalty goes ahead and gives them the first.
Automatic first down.
So a fresh set of downs after the penalty.
Go. 70, Timberwolf. Ready.
They go play action on first down. Flush out now to his left. He's keeping it. He's forced out of bounds after a gain of about 4 there. Second down.
Well, QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
Setting up to throw. It's caught right side by Watson. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. Now we've got some whistles as a member of the Bears is shaken up and could use a look from the trainers here. Coming to the line for another first and 10. From the red zone on first. Has room into the secondary. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers now within 1 score in the fourth. Now we'll see them try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Packers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. Just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Chicago's offense trotting out there for another series. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to 1 score, Brock. The response in order as they take over. Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's first and 10. To throw, Williams. Too much read on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. Now throw in the direction of DJ Moore. And it's going to be second down. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
Looking for his wide receiver there. So they're left facing third and long. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. Third down, here's Williams. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
That's what I call complimentary defense. defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
Takes it in at the 26. He's brought down before the return gets far. The Green Bay offense about to get started once more. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Plowing up the middle. Got a good handful there as it brings up second down.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second. Another carry for it. He is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. He's been a fixture for them all game, and all signs indicate, Brock, he's going to remain one in the time we've got left.
Yeah, they've leaned on him in certain spots, and he has shouldered the load oh so well. Put together a game that everyone's happy with.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he's taken down quickly. Nicely done by the defense. The catch does get him to the 39-yard line. They gain 11 on that play. And that's good for a Green Bay first down. So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
Let's go.
Here's the handoff. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
One thing I can say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Here we go. Here we go.
Takes the second down snap. Finds a man right side. And he's able to get this down at the 36. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Green Bay. Packers losing by 7. Third down, they need 7.
Go. Back up.
He's back to throw. He'll get this to Henry. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. And that play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Setting up the screen. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. The Packers take their first time out, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
We'll look to throw it. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They can decide to play for the tie or win later. First, they've got to reach that end zone. It's 1st and goal. Here he is to throw. Fires right away, but incomplete.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Cowboy 80.
Setting up to pass. Chased out to his right. And really, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. And quickly, their chances at the end zone are running out, Brock. It's 3rd and goal.
We've learned how valuable sacks and a pass rush are in today's NFL. It's a bit surprising, isn't it, Kate, that that's their first sack of the game, but they found other ways to produce success on both sides of the ball, and they finally pick up a much-needed sack on that stat sheet.
And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal.
That's one of those third down situations where you're asking an awful lot of your man to make a play to keep this drive going. Too much of a contested catch there, unable to bring it in.
Desperation time here. And he gets him the touchdown. And now a potential question, play for the tie or go for two and the lead?
And I know they've got all these charts and numbers and analytics to tell you what to do, but this comes down to the gut and the trust of the head coach. Does he trust his offense more to go get this two-point conversion, or is he going to lean in his defense and believe that they can get the stop?
We've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And maybe making some better judgment here as he takes a knee and accepts the touchback. The Bears about set for their next possession. And they need to get it to at least that 40-yard line to have a shot at the game winner. But there's enough time remaining to work it even closer if things go right. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. Bears trying to get everyone set. So they're going quickly here.
A loss of a yard. Brings up second.
Now Williams. The right side hauled in by Komet. And he gets out of bounds, stopping the clock, but not the big play they needed. Just a gain of 5.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
To throw. That one's nabbed by Komet. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. The Bears decide to call their first timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. In quite the time crunch here, Brock, but still 2 timeouts to burn. It's first down. Working from the gun, Williams. Throwing the out route, complete. And no yak this time. They got on him quickly, down at the 32-yard line. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Chicago.
With the game on the line, here's Maddox Trujillo. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play.
Yeah. Running with it. I should probably sign a head, boy, because I got all the heads, boy.
The entire game now resting on the right foot of this kicker. Ball spotted on the left hash, 49 yards out. The kick is good. He got it. And the 49-yarder wins them this game. So the Bears take this one on the road. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still...
You better than that. I don't got time to deal with the drama. I want this shit now and I got your back. I promise that I would've never got involved if I knew I would get so attached. So try it again. Starting me over right back at the end.
When's the last time you were afraid? I haven't been afraid a day in my life.